1,000 Miles of Rivers and Mountains, a masterpiece of an 18-year-old prodigy. An introduction and art appreciation of Wang Qingming's A Thousand Li of Rivers and Mountains, Northern Song Dynasty. The enigmatic prodigy, no place in art history, yet immortalized by a single painting. In the history of Chinese painting, few works are shrouded in as much mystery as A Thousand Li of Rivers and Mountains. The artist's life story is entirely absent from historical records, a complete enigma. It is only through a colophon inscribed by the powerful Northern Song Chancellor Qingming at the end of the Handscroll that we catch a glimpse of this elusive figure. On the 8th day of the 4th month in the 3rd year of the Zhang era, 1113, this scroll was bestowed. Qingming was 18 years old. He had previously been a student in the Imperial Painting Academy and was later summoned to serve in the Imperial Archives. He presented his paintings to His Majesty several times, but they were not yet refined. The emperor, recognizing that his natural aptitude was worthy of instruction, personally taught him his own methods. In less than half a year, Qingming submitted this work. His Majesty, greatly pleased, bestowed it upon me, Qingming, saying that the world's scholars need only apply themselves to their craft. This brief inscription reveals the arc of Wang Qingming's brief artistic career. At 18, he studied at the Imperial Painting Academy established by Emperor Huizong, then was assigned to the Imperial Archives. He repeatedly submitted paintings to the emperor, though his early efforts fell short of perfection. But Emperor Huizong, himself a renowned painter and calligrapher, recognized the young man's potential and personally taught him. Within half a year, Wang presented this masterpiece. The emperor was so impressed that he gifted it to his favorite chancellor, Qingming. The Zhang 3rd year corresponds to 1113 CE, placing Wang Qingming's birth around 1096. After this date, the young prodigy vanishes from history. Qing dynasty scholars speculated that he died soon after completing the painting, still in his early 20s. This handscroll is Wang Qingming's sole surviving work. One artist, one painting, and yet it secured him an unshakable place in Chinese art history. That in itself is a story of extraordinary legend. A grand vision, the visual impact of a monumental handscroll. 1,000 Li of Rivers and Mountains is a color-on-silk handscroll, measuring 51.5 centimeters in height and an astonishing 1,191.5 centimeters in length, over 11 meters, painted on a single piece of silk. On this monumental surface, the artist employs a panoramic composition to capture the magnificent grandeur of China's rivers and mountains. The painting presents a sweeping vista of undulating peaks, vast misty waters, and an atmosphere of sublime majesty. Cliffs tower with cascading waterfalls, winding paths lead through dense forests, and structures of the landscape, pavilions, rustic cottages, water wheels, and long bridges, all harmoniously integrated with the natural terrain. Amidst this scenery, countless human activities animate the scroll. Fishing, boating, traveling on foot, herding livestock, gazing at waterfalls, sweeping courtyards, and sitting in quiet conversation. These lively vignettes infuse the painting with a sense of everyday life, capturing the harmonious unity between humanity and nature. Scholars have debated the actual geographic location depicted in the scroll. The Palace Museum notes that the scenery primarily features the lush, refined landscapes of the south, while also incorporating elements characteristic of northern mountains, a deliberate synthesis rather than a faithful representation of any single place. Some researchers have further proposed that the main peak may be Mount Lu in Jiangxi, with the expansive waters representing Poyang Lake. The scroll's open waterways, marshlands, bamboo artifacts, and local tools all point to the lake regions of the south, while the striking juxtaposition of towering peaks against broad water is a hallmark of the Mount Lu area. Masterful composition, the three distances, and a shifting view. The compositional achievement of 1,000 Li of Rivers and Mountains is exemplary. Wang Qingming fully exploits the multi-point perspective inherent in the long handscroll format, dividing the 11-meter scroll into roughly 6 sections. Each section features mountains as the primary subject, with transitions bridged by long spans or flowing water, rendering each segment both independent and interconnected. The effect is a seamless continuum, what Chinese art theory calls scenery changing with every step. As the viewer unrolls the scroll, it feels like drifting along a river, with landscapes unfolding in succession. Now peaks loom close, now sky and water merge in boundless expanse. Even more masterful is Wang's alternating use of the three distances compositional principles: high distance, looking up to towering peaks; deep distance, looking into remote valleys; and level distance, looking across vast plains. The viewer is alternately placed atop a summit, gazing into deep ravines, at the foot of a cliff peering into hidden recesses, or on a boat scanning the open horizon. The interplay of these three perspectives creates a rhythmic tension that rises and falls throughout the scroll, making the viewing experience dynamic and immersive. The Yuan dynasty calligrapher Pu Guang, in his colophon to the scroll, marveled, "I have examined this scroll over 100 times, and yet my eyes and mind still cannot fully encompass its exquisite refinement. Truly, each time I unroll it, I discover something new." Some scholars suggest that Wang's sensitivity to rhythm and pacing may have been shaped by his academy training. Emperor Huizong himself was a skilled musician who played the qin, and Wang's work in the imperial archives, where he handled long administrative scrolls, would have cultivated his capacity to envision large-scale compositions while maintaining control over countless fine details. The pinnacle of blue-green landscape, the enduring radiance of mineral pigments. 1,000 Li of Rivers and Mountains inherits the tradition of Tang Dynasty blue-green landscape painting, which relies on mineral pigments such as azurite, stone blue, and malachite, stone green, to achieve its characteristic coloration, a method known as the blue-green style. This technique emerged early in the development of Chinese landscape painting, championed by Sui and Tang masters such as Zhang Ziqian, Li Sixuan, and Li Zhaodao. Yet among all Song Dynasty blue-green landscapes, none surpassed this scroll. Wang Qingming did not simply inherit the tradition. He elevated it to an unprecedented peak. In his use of color, Wang pursues remarkable variety within a seemingly limited blue-green palette. Some passages are dense and weighty, others light and ethereal, with ochre accents providing contrast and depth. The result is a painting of luminous, jewel-like brilliance, the mineral pigments glowing against the warm ochre ground, more beautiful than nature itself. Despite the passage of nearly 1,000 years, the colors remain remarkably vivid, a testament to both the quality of the pigments and the artist's consummate skill. In brushwork, the painting is exacting in every detail. Not a single stroke is wasted. Figures, though tiny as beans, are rendered with distinct postures and vivid gestures. Birds, indicated by the lightest touch of the brush, assume varied flight positions, and a vast expanse of rippling water is built stroke by stroke, each wave flowing seamlessly into the next. The Qing dynasty master Wang Qingming once remarked, "In applying blue-green, the substance must be weighty, the atmosphere clear and light. The essence lies entirely in the washes." I contemplated the blue-green method for 30 years before fully grasping its subtleties. The difficulty of the technique makes Wang Qingming's achievement at 18 all the more astonishing, a testament to his extraordinary natural gift. Echoes through the ages, a 1,000-year journey. Upon completion, 1,000 Li of Rivers and Mountains entered Emperor Huizong's collection and was later bestowed upon Qingming. After the fall of the Northern Song, it passed into the imperial collection of the Southern Song. Following the Song dynasty's collapse, it came into the possession of a Yuan dynasty Hmong calligrapher Pu Guang. In the late Ming and early Qing, it was acquired by the renowned collector Liang Qingbiao, then entered the Qing imperial collection, bearing 28 imperial seals, including the Qianlong Imperial Appreciation Seal, and was catalogued in the Shitu Baoji Imperial Art Compendium. At the end of the Qing dynasty, the last Emperor Puyi secretly removed the scroll from the palace when he abdicated, and it subsequently circulated in private hands. After the founding of the People's Republic of China, the state repurchased it at considerable expense. Today, it resides in the Palace Museum in Beijing. Pu Guang left a colophon with a judgment that has been echoed by generations. Among the small-scale blue-green landscapes of antiquity and modernity, this scroll stands peerless for 1,000 years, like the solitary moon amid a constellation of stars. Conclusion. 1,000 li of rivers and mountains represents not only the pinnacle of blue-green landscape painting, but is also widely recognized as one of the 10 greatest Chinese masterpieces of all time. Alongside Zhang's Zeduans along the river during the Qingming festival, it forms a twin monument of northern Song painting. While the latter offers an epic chronicle of worldly prosperity, the former is a sublime hymn to the grandeur of the natural world. Due to the delicate nature of its mineral pigments, every unrolling of the scroll risks pigment loss. Since the founding of the People's Republic of China, it has been exhibited to the public only 3 times. For most of the year, this treasure remains stored away, rarely seen. Yet it is precisely this careful preservation that allows it to survive across a millennium, still luminous as ever. A solitary moon quietly shining through time, waiting for those fortunate enough to catch a fleeting glimpse.